Okay, guys, I just wanted to do a quick video, and the conference call that was scheduled for tonight, I'm actually gonna reschedule that for tomorrow. It's gonna be tomorrow at 10:30 p.m. Eastern time. Just a little worn out, drained from keeping up with everything and the events that have been coming out. So I am gonna keep an eye out for any new updates or breaking stuff that needs to be addressed. If that does come up, then I'll do a quick video letting you guys know what it is and the links to that information. As far as the open conference call, we will do that tomorrow, Saturday at 10:30 p.m. Eastern time. I know there's a lot of people that are, I think they're confused or they're, and it's understandable. I mean, when you have information that's coming out and you get fed some truth, some pieces of truth, and then you've had a couple lies slipped in with the truth. Now that's a very common tactic. For anybody that doesn't know what COINTELPRO is, look it up. It's on the screen right now, but COINTELPRO is a method that's used to infiltrate, discredit, or lead astray American political organizations. You could definitely consider what's going on in this movement as a political organization, and it's been caught that that's been used in various forms many times over the years in instances like this. Now, I'm not saying that that's a for certain thing going on, but we also, whenever we find something, that something is giving us half truths or has been caught several times, feeding lies and directing to um, solutions that really aren't solutions and potentially could end up becoming hazardous for us. You have to look at things from an outside, rational, and logical perspective. Now, I know that there's been some people who have been upset or whatever. They feel, look, I've said from the get-go, I'm a straight shooter. I call it how I see it. I deal in facts, and I'm a truther. So if I find something to be out there and it's not giving the truth and the facts, and it's actually misrepresenting, misleading, and lying to you guys, my family, yeah, I'm gonna speak up on it. I didn't speak up in smaller instances, and then I also did speak up in another big instance about the same kind of deal here, if you guys remember, almost a month ago, in the same context with the same person. So, I mean, it's very possible that some men and women may just really honestly not have understood something or really didn't know what it was that they were um, reading or representing or whatever it may be. And I want to be clear, I'm not trying to rally the troops to get a hate rally going here and to then abuse anybody or anything like that. Um, no matter what, even if it turns out that it ends up being right here, we still need to have love and respect and compassion for those individuals because they are still human beings at the end of the day. Um, I think some of my frustration for the lack of honesty and the lack of research and the lack of facts was misconstrued as hatred or anger. It was frustration, plain and simple, and then also a little bit of alarm. I was alarmed. I wanted to get that out and scream it as loud as I could so that people weren't being misled or misrepresented. Being that now there's been several different pushes by the same individual for certain different paperwork schemes, if you will, without fully understanding the weight and gravity of those. So I'm here, as I've always been here, to try to protect you guys and lead you in the right direction. I've said from the get-go that my personal recommendation is to hold off on any and all paperwork until after we see what really transpires here with the court cases that are ongoing, as we know. And we have to remain vigilant and do our due diligence. I'm getting a lot of people that, even though I spelled it out for them, like literally spelled it out for them in that video, they still refuse to believe the truth and, you know, reality, which is what I showed them. And ultimately, it's up to those, you know, those people will have to come around in their own time. Everybody absorbs things differently, and everybody has their own beliefs, ideas, and whatever. But they will have to find all that out for themselves. So I want to be clear that I'm not like promoting any negative treatment or harassment or bullying or anything like that of any individuals. I actually am urging everybody to show compassion and care towards those individuals. But at the same time, I'm not going to let those individuals try to manipulate the comments to make themselves look innocent, because I don't believe that they are. Originally I did, but I really am not thinking that they are. Guys, remain on alert. Anything that doesn't seem right, or doesn't make sense, or if your gut is telling you something isn't right, then listen to your gut and make sure that you check out all the facts on whatever your gut is telling you, because that's going to be your internal compass. It's going to let you know which way to go. My gut is almost never wrong. So, yeah, I just wanted to have that quick little chat with you guys. To those of you that that are new to the channel, and that, you know, are on a bit of a defensive, I don't want you to interpret what happened today as anger or hatred. It's not at all. There was some actions that led up to what happened today between both parties, and that are leading me back to this here. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it at that, but I'll explain in more detail at another time. Again, let's show compassion, care, and you know, but at the same time, I'm not gonna be allow someone to try to manipulate the look or the appearance of the facts and the circumstance to make themselves appear as a victim or whatnot, because that's not the case. Whenever you put yourself out like this and you're presenting very important information, or so it's claimed to be, and misrepresenting it or selling information as fact when in truth it's not fact. It's completely fictitious and manufactured compared to the reality of what that is. Yeah, that's not something that you have to make sure you fact check. If you haven't actually, like, if you've only looked at one document and you're putting out this information for everybody, and you haven't cross-referenced the information in that document with several other documents or sources, then you really shouldn't be putting that information out. That's very important. That's to save time, save confusion, because there are a lot of people confused right now as a result of all of this, and that's one of the biggest things that happens here is the mass confusion. And again, I'm gonna reiterate about the paperwork. There is no rush or need to do any paperwork at this moment. If you choose to, that is your choice. But me personally, I am not filling out any paperwork at this moment. I am waiting. There is way too much that goes into figuring out these forms to just make a snap decision to do them. And based off of the lack of research on something as simple as understanding a personal UCC document, to then go in and jump on filling out forms that, if done incorrectly, could cause serious legal issues. Yeah, I don't recommend doing that. Okay, I would strongly urge all of you to verify the facts all for yourself, whether it be as I've said this many times on my channel. For those of you that are new and haven't heard this, verify everything from everyone. Don't take it on word value, okay? Whether it be Airship Bank or Heather or Crypto or Harvey or myself, do not take any one of our word on face value. Double check, cross-reference, do the research yourself to verify, okay? And as I was saying, I wanted to clarify, in case it wasn't clear in the video, that document that was being presented as the IRS owning everything in the country and everyone is actually a personal UCC1 filing document. Okay, that is that's a document that somebody went and created to protect themselves and their estate. That is not a document that the IRS owns the world. So I want to make that very clear. And the reason why the IRS was where it was on that UCC1 filing is because they are the record holder. They are holding the record for the UCC1, so they are in charge of keeping the record. That's where it's basically being filed into. So they're the record holder there. That's why the verbiage was the way it was there. So, okay, guys. Well, the conference call will be tomorrow at 10:30 p.m. I'll make the conference call. I'll schedule the room so it's already open ahead of time. Either tonight or tomorrow, have it ready so it will be ready to go for tomorrow. If you guys like what I'm doing, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, I suggest to do so now, as we're just getting started. Leave me your thoughts and ideas in the comments section below. Most importantly, share. Get this information out. It's very important that we share this. Again, I don't want people having hard feelings with anybody, whether people having hard feelings with myself, or people having hard feelings with crypto, whatever it ends up being. It ends up being, whether it was intentional or it was not intentional. We're all still human beings, and we all are on the same side. I think people misunderstood me trying to protect and get the correct information out and expose the fact that there's been several times that there's been misinformation and misrepresentation in that specific element, as me not still holding to unity. All of the people who've actually been doing the research and been working day in, day out, working their butts off on this are all unified, okay? There are a lot of us that really have been plugging away, working round the clock. I mean, there's been days that I've only gotten 2 or 3 hours of sleep. And I know that the same is true for a lot of these other creators out here that are putting out this information and researching it. So, unfortunately, we've reached out to a certain individual, and they never wanted to actually, get their hands dirty and be a part and join in and do the work. Just wanted to put up the videos that were made by the people doing the work, and then not put the links to those videos, which is not right. That's not right. No matter what anybody wants to say, that's not right. And I'll tell you why. Yes, it's good to share information. It's good to get that information out. But when you're taking somebody that's actually doing the work and has hundreds of videos on their channels, and then you're not putting a link back to that content, and you're just taking their content and re-uploading it, and you're not putting a link in the description and not telling them how to get back to that person, then they're the ones holding information out on you, because they want to make their little news channel that puts out 1 clip a day. They want you to have to come to that news channel to get that clip that was released prior to that by somebody else that's been putting out the work and doing the work all day long, every day. So you have not gotten the information that you should have had, because of somebody not doing the right thing and leaving a link and sharing the information of how to get to that individual, or that man or that woman, so that you could have gotten all of those other hundreds of videos. So I think that I'm hoping maybe people after listening to this will understand a little bit more what kind of transpired there. But yeah, to anybody, there's nothing wrong with sharing the videos or uploading the videos, but you have to put links to go back to the original person that is putting out those videos, so that the people viewing those videos know where to go and find that information as it comes out. Alright guys, anyway, much love, God bless, like, comment, share, subscribe, and sharing is the most important. I will probably have updates for you either later tonight or tomorrow morning, and we will have the conference call at 10:30 p.m. tomorrow. Much love.